There's your yoga mat.
For real?
No, it's a fender cover. Alright guys, we're back in the shop again. So remember the other night when I was like, oh yeah, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed, and then I didn't. And then I recorded another little bit telling you that I didn't go to bed, and then I said, oh yeah, I'm really gonna go to bed this time. I didn't go to bed that time. So I stayed up late, really late. Anyways, we've got this thing going pretty good. We're excited about it, aren't we?
So excited. Can't even talk, I'm so excited.
Can't even talk. We're so excited about this. So, anyways, update. Firewall's painted. Ring around the windshield, not the rosy. It's painted. Back window sills painted black, just for an extra layer of rust stuff. Painted the door jambs, the lower door jambs black. Stripped down the motor. Got everything off of it that wasn't going to get painted. We had some kids over playing. They were making tons of racket and going crazy, and that's perfectly fine with me. That's why we have a yard. So I didn't really record painting the engine, which, I mean, you guys know how to paint an engine. So can anybody guess why I really like this color? Because it's almost the same color as my wife's eyes. We're gonna make her blush. Anyways, it's a beautiful color. Detroit diesel, I think it's Alpine green, but I think it's gonna look good in here. So we're gonna see exactly how good it looks in here, because tonight we're gonna put this motor in between those frame rails. So it should go in pretty decently. You just have to kind of lower it, get it close, and then put the jack under the tail shaft and slide it in. Transmission pan barely clears that cross member, and then it'll sit right in there. So once we get that in there, tranny cross member, brake pedal, master cylinder, floors, emergency brake lever, steering, all that stuff happens once we put this motor in. So let's get to it. Alright, so we got the motor sitting in there now. What do you think?
Looks great.
I think it looks pretty dang good myself. We're gonna put the steering rack in and the sway bar and just try to get all the front suspension stuff buttoned away. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. It should be pretty easy, nuts and bolts stuff, so we'll get that tossed in there. There's your yoga mat.
For real?
No, it's a fender cover. Found the cotter pins for the ball joints. Brake lines.
It's like Christmas.
It's like Christmas. I think this was Christmas. I've had the steering rack put in before, just to mock it up, but not the sway bar, so I'm at least gonna look at some pictures quick. Okay. This is when the rug comes in handy, right here. Low enough. I think it's low enough.
It's playing limbo.
Any lower and we'll have to get a lift. Where'd my beating hammer go? Hiding. Alright, so I got the sway bar put in, trying to hook up the links. It's got these heim joints that hook it together, but for whatever reason, that heim joint's binding up against that washer before it can even swing back enough to line up with the sway bar. So trying to figure out if I did something wrong or not. I guess I need to pull the sway bar back out and check and see if those aluminum blocks that it runs through are like this whole center offset or something. Because I don't know. I mean, it's a good, probably almost ½ inch from even possibly working. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so I pulled the sway bar back out and looked at it, and even if I cut that to where that collar is almost hitting, it's still gonna just be barely enough to get the bolts put in, and it's probably gonna bind in the suspension travel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just not gonna put this in for now. I think we got other fish that we can fry, so I'm just gonna skip over the sway bar for now, and at a later date when we got more time, we might just have to cut it in this area and extend it, or build some sort of different bracket. But right now, X-nay on the sway bay, or however you say it. Alright, onto the steering rack. At least that fits. I've already had it in here before, so I knew that it would. But it's a tricky one. He's over here speaking pig Latin to me, trying to teach me how to do it, because I said the X-nay on the sway bar A or whatever. Makes my brain hurt.
Ixnay on the A sway arbe.
Probably have to say it louder. X-nay on the A sway arbe is what she says. Just makes me hungry for a roast beef sandwich when I say arbe. Alrighty, we got the steering rack put in. Tie rods adjusted. We adjusted the toe with a tape measure, just quick to make it to where it wasn't way out. So we'll take it down to the alignment shop and get it straightened out once we get it running. So anyways, check that off the list. One thing down. 50 more to go. We're gonna head in and go to bed. It's been a while since I've been to bed at a decent hour, so I'm starting to get kind of worn out. I'm gonna go into bed and we'll be out here again tomorrow night.
For reals this time.
I'm gonna go into bed for reals this time, I promise. Okay. Thanks, guys.